December 12th, 2021. The Yas Marina circuit glistened under the lights. The air crackled with tension. Two titans of Formula One, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, stood on the brink of history. Equal on points. One final race, one final showdown. A season like no other, destined to crown one champion. But what if it ended differently? What if Lewis Hamilton had won? What if that final lap, that infamous final lap, didn't go the way it did? Let's dive into the alternate reality where Hamilton crosses the line first, clinches his 8th world championship, and reshapes the legacy of Formula One forever. Rewriting the ending. To understand the weight of this hypothetical, we must revisit what actually happened. Hamilton dominated most of the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. He had a lightning start, held off Verstappen with brilliance, and looked poised to cruise to his record-breaking 8th world title. Then came Nicholas Latifi's crash. The safety car. The world held its breath. And then, the decision. The FIA, under race director Michael Schumacher, allowed only a select few lapped cars to unlap themselves. This gave Max Verstappen, armed with fresh soft tires, a golden opportunity to attack Lewis on the final lap. The result? Hamilton, vulnerable on worn hards, was passed in the final seconds of the championship. But what if that call had gone the other way? In our alternate timeline, the FIA adheres strictly to protocol. All lapped cars either unlap themselves properly or none do at all. Either way, the safety car stays out one more lap, and the race ends under caution. Lewis Hamilton wins. He claims his 8th world title, breaking Michael Schumacher's long-standing record. A title not just earned, but undeniably deserved. GOAT status, undisputed. With 8 world championships, Lewis Hamilton becomes the most successful Formula One driver in history. Not tied with Schumacher, not in a shared space, but alone at the top. No more debates, no more. But what about Schumacher? No more excuses. He becomes the first and only driver with 8 world titles. A statistical monster, a record breaker, the GOAT, not just in spirit, but in fact. From debuting as a rookie at McLaren in 2007 and nearly winning the title in his first year, to his dominant hybrid-era performances with Mercedes, Hamilton's journey would be complete. And this is where the narrative shifts. The 2021 season would be remembered not for controversy, but for the most dramatic, hard-fought championship in decades. Ultimately won by experience, consistency, and resilience. The impact on Max Verstappen's legacy. Now here's where it gets spicy. Had Lewis won that night in Abu Dhabi, how would we view Max Verstappen? He was phenomenal all season. Aggressive, unrelenting, a true threat to Hamilton's throne. But a loss in the final race, after being level on points, would have rebranded his 2021 season as a missed opportunity rather than a breakthrough. Harsh? Maybe. But F1 fans aren't always fair. Some would say he crumbled under pressure. Others would argue that he lacked the maturity to seal the deal. The narratives would be brutal. Fast, but not yet ready. Still in Lewis's shadow. And the most damaging one of all. Given a championship, not earned it. Instead of being hailed as the next great, Verstappen might have been viewed as just another talented driver who couldn't finish the job. Of course, the future would still be his. His dominance in 2022 and 2023 wouldn't be erased. But the 2021 season, the season that made him a global icon, would be remembered as the one that got away. A clean ending for F1, or a missed opportunity. Let's talk about the FIA. If Hamilton had crossed the line first in Abu Dhabi under the proper regulations, Formula One might have avoided one of the biggest controversies in modern sports. No online petitions, no angry protests, no accusations. Michael Schumacher likely keeps his job. The rules don't change, and fans wouldn't split into warring camps. The sport's integrity would have been preserved. But here's the controversial take. Would Formula One have exploded in popularity without the chaos? The 2021 finale, flawed as it was, put F1 into the global spotlight. Netflix's Drive to Survive caught fire. Twitter and TikTok turned tire strategy and safety car rules into mainstream conversations. Millions of new fans were born out of outrage and drama. Yes, Hamilton's win might have been fair, but Verstappen's win made headlines. So we're left asking, was justice sacrificed for spectacle? And in a strange way, was it worth it? Would Lewis have retired? Here's another angle. Would Hamilton have walked away if he'd claimed his 8th title? Think about it. He would have become the undisputed GOAT. 8 world titles, more wins, more poles, more everything. Some insiders believe he would have retired right then. No 2022 slump. No porpoising problems. No struggling to finish in 13th. Instead, he could have exited like Michael Jordan, on top, untouchable, legendary. But that loss? Some say it crushed him. Others say it reignited the fire. Either way, it changed the course of his career. The media, the fans, and the split. In this alternate reality, there's no media storm, no Hamilton-robbed headlines, no Sky Sports meltdowns, no Lewis vanishing from social media in silence. Instead, we get parades, a hero's send-off, British tabloids singing Sir Lewis the Great, maybe even a Netflix documentary called 8. Max Verstappen would still be the future. But in this version, Lewis is still the present. The rivalry wouldn't be so toxic. Twitter wouldn't be a war zone. F1 would breathe instead of burn. The unwritten chapter. Here's the truth. If Lewis had won, F1 might have stayed cleaner, but also quieter. The heartbreak and controversy gave F1 something it hadn't had in years: raw emotion. It was painful, it was unfair, but it made people care. So, what do you think? Would Max be the villain? Would Hamilton have retired as the GOAT? Would F1 be better off, or did the chaos give it life? Let us know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more what-if moments in motorsport and beyond.